Welcome back to Daytime York Region. He's one of our most memorable guests. He's loyal, always on time, and gives a really great interview. Let's not forget Jesse. Yeah. Jesse James is the bird whisperer, and he's brought along a feathered friend, Nikita, who we met before. Yes. What type of bird is Nikita?
Nikita is an umbrella cockatoo. Step up, sweetheart. There's a good girl. She's an umbrella cockatoo. She's 13 years old, and she's from East Timor in Indonesia.
Oh.
And she'll live to be about 85 years.
And now...
85 people years?
85 people years.
Really?
Yes.
That's a long time.
That's a long time, yes. You have to will these birds onto your children or onto a family member. Yeah.
Because they will definitely outlive
yes.
their guardian.
I mean, if Nikita was my pet at 13, she would outlive me, and I'd have to make arrangements for her to be looked after when I pass on.
Wow. So do people not... What is it that people don't know about parrots?
What they don't know about parrots basically is that they're a very intelligent wild animal. They have the intelligence of a 4-year-old child.
A 4-year-old child living 85 years.
A 4-year-old child that lives 85 years, yeah. And what happens is you've got 4 negatives with these wonderful birds. They're very, very noisy. Although Nikita hasn't made a sound yet, she's a bit bewildered by all the bright lights and the cameras and things.
Hello.
They're very noisy, extremely destructive. In as much as anything you give them, they will destroy with their beak. And this particular bird has about 220 pounds per square inch on her beak. Now, you see what she's doing.
Yep.
She's holding that little stick in one foot, and she's destroying it now.
She just breaks it apart.
She breaks it apart.
Is it to wear down her beak? Is that why?
Well, it relieves boredom. It's a toy to her, okay?
Yeah.
And yes, it does wear a beak down as well. Yeah.
Okay, so it serves a purpose as well.
Yes, yes.
Now, that's 2, or is there 2? You said there's 2 other negatives to owning a parrot.
Yes, okay. So we got destructive. We've got the noisy. They're extremely messy, as you're going to see now, by all the wood chips that are going to fly around the desk here. And number 4, they're very, very naughty. Because they've got an intelligence of a 4-year-old child, they love drama and they want to perform.
So are they disbehaving or behaving badly? Or is it just that they crave
are behaving badly because they want attention.
Ah.
And if you give them attention, you can give them attention the wrong way. If they start screaming for attention and you scream back at them, then what you've done is you've reinforced a bad behavior. They now realize that if they scream, they get some form of attention.
Just like a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
It's the same with people that they think the bird is going to bite. The bird won't bite you as long as you train it that your finger is user-friendly. But what people do is when the bird steps up, they usually touch your finger with their beak and they think the bird's going to bite and they pull the finger away. Well, of course, all the poor bird wants to do is step up onto your finger because it thinks it's a branch of a tree. And if you pull it away, it's going to grab hold of it with your beak. Now you've reinforced another bad habit because it realizes that if it grabs hold of your finger, it causes a reaction, another drama. And these birds just love drama, as you can see, just by the tone of my voice and the excitement that's going on here. Now she's getting excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Jesse, I want to ask, as the parrot whisperer, your job is to further relationship between guardian and parrot.
Yes.
So when someone calls you in, what's the most common problem they're dealing with?
The bird bites, the bird is noisy, or the bird is feather plucking.
Okay, so we know noisy and biting. We figured out those two. What is feather plucking?
Feather plucking is stress. Stress through bad diet, stress through being locked up in its cage 24/7. You can't keep these birds in a cage. They're too intelligent. They want to be out and about. She's as happy as anything here. She's as happy as a little sandboy. Look at her. But can you imagine if she's in a wire cage, 24 inches by 36?
No, because they like interaction.
Correct. Correct.
And like you pointed out at the beginning, it's a wild animal.
It is a wild animal. Even though it's bred in captivity, because they live so long, these parrots, I would more or less guarantee 99% that her parents were wild caught. Because they don't usually start breeding until they're about 8 to 10 years old.
So Nikita's probably only first generation domesticated.
Precisely, yeah.
And so you got to expect a little bit of those wild tendencies.
Yeah, well, she's not domesticated at all. She's not like a cat or a dog. You know, cats and dogs have been around for 2,000 years and they've been domesticated. These are wild animals, trust me. These are wild animals.
So people are thinking about picking a parrot as a family pet. Like you said, there's a very long commitment. What else do you want people to know before they look at purchasing a parrot?
Well, they've got to know about the 4 negatives, and the most important is diet. Don't give a beautiful bird like this wild bird seed or sunflower seed. It
See, I
doesn't
would
do
have said
them any
both of
good.
those would have been great.
Yeah, I would think that
No.
they would enjoy
They've
that.
got to have a nutritious diet. That's this bird here, Nikita, God bless her, and she's not my bird, as you well know. She can eat anything that is human as long as it's good food, as long as it's not junk food.
Okay.
Fresh veggies, fresh fruit, a little bit of meat, beef, a little bit of pork, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of fish, as long as there's no bones in it, pasta, rice, but no alcohol, no avocado pear because it's too fat content,
Okay.
no chocolate or candy, no sweet cookies.
So nothing processed
That's
and
right,
rich
nothing
and-
processed, but
Okay.
anything that is natural is good for the bird.
Yeah.
Now, on the market today, and this is only recent, within the last 8 years or so, they are now producing a pellet, like a rabbit pellet or like a dog pellet, especially for parrots. And it's got all the ingredients the parrot needs to keep it healthy. However, it's boring. It's like
Yeah.
you and I having the same porridge every morning for breakfast. It's boring.
And lunch and dinner.
And
Ugh.
lunch and dinner, yeah. So now you've got to give it some variety and make it exciting for the bird, i.e. fresh veg, greens, fruit. And there's 350 species of parrot. And they come from all over the world, particularly in the southern hemisphere. Like Nikita comes from, as I mentioned earlier, Australasia. Well, there's parrots that come from South America. There's parrots that come from Africa. So they have all different cultures. So they all eat a different diet. But people think a parrot is a parrot is a parrot, and you can give it the same diet. You can't.
Now, the
Some
one I-
like, sorry, go on.
That's great. The one thing I want to ask Jesse is we got diet down. We're talking about
Yeah.
lifespan of the animal. What about tricks? Can Nikita talk? Does she
Nikita
ride a
can
little
talk,
bicycle like you see?
but you can't make her talk. Well, she can talk and she will talk. Will she talk today? I don't know. She has earlier on this morning while we were waiting to come in. Is she
Nikita,
going
can
to-
you say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
you
Say
can
hello. Hello, Nikita. She was saying it earlier.
Yeah, she was
So
saying it
how does
earlier.
she learn to talk
Well,
and
it's
repeat what we're
repetition.
saying?
It's repetition. She knows what she's saying and she can say it in context. Like when you walk in the house, she'll say hello to you if she's familiar with her surroundings.
Yeah.
And she'll say goodbye and I'm a good girl and things, because I've heard her say all these things. And I don't doubt that once we leave here and we're in the truck and we're going down the road, she'll start talking to me again and tell me what a wonderful time she's had today.
Now, how about in the summer season? These guys crave attention.
Yeah.
What about if you're going to the cottage for a week or two?
Good question. Okay, if you're going to the cottage for a week or two, remembering that you've got a bird of an intelligence of a 4-year-old child,
Yeah.
please take the bird with you.
Okay.
Take it on holiday with you. They just love going on holiday.
Get one of those little tiny lawn chairs and little drinks with
Maybe
the
a
umbrella.
little
There you go.
rowboat for exercise?
There you
Yeah.
go, and you're set. For more information, of course, Jesse James, the Bird Whisperer, can help you out with your relationship with your lovely pet. Birdwhisperer.com for more information, on the phone number 416-460-2573 for more info. Coming up next, we're talking summer gardening with Home Depot on Daytime York Region.
Hello.